talk about it. Xander Zayas. I know you guys saw the fight. I just want to know what you guys think about Xander Zayas' performance. I feel like Xander Zayas did what he was supposed to do. He beat a veteran that was a former champion, 33 years old. But I feel like he dominated each round, but he left a lot to be desired. After the fight, I was like I expected more from him. I expected a knockout. I expected him to, like, if he dominated him that much, he should have been able to finish him. He should have been able to finish him and make a real big statement because I feel like when you're a prospect or you come into contender status, you should elevate your game, especially if you're fighting somebody that's been a former champion and he's already older. And I feel like he fought a game Patrick Teixeira, but I just feel like Teixeira had a strong will. He just lost his mom, and I feel like yes, he had a strong will, but I feel like he was totally dominated, and I don't know why Xander Zayas didn't go for the kill and finish him. And I think that Xander Zayas should be more creative and more show more variety instead of trying to knock somebody out. I think he should use the jab more and use his boxing and set up the knockout. I know he was really hell bent on trying to knock him out, but he should have tried a little harder by being more creative and throw like more jabs, be more elusive, and set it up more. I just feel like he didn't really focus on that. He was focusing on just knocking him out, but he should have upped his game if he was gonna wanted to knock him out because um, he was dominating him, and I feel like he should have just went for the kill and be more strategic as far as like being more elusive and setting up with the jab, doing more like that kind of style. Just to set it up to surprise him because it's like he had a lot of experience. He's a veteran. He saw a lot of Xander Zayas tactics, and he was able to dodge some of his punches and able to see it coming because it was predictable. But I feel like Xander Zayas did what he was supposed to do. He won. He won all the rounds. He dominated, but I feel like he left more to be desired. Like I wanted to see a knockout, and I feel like he could have did it, but he chose to like just win and he didn't want to like take any chances. But I feel like he could have taken more chances because he dominated him, and I feel like he could have knocked him out. So it's a lesson learned. That's the performance that I feel like he's gonna learn from that performance. But I just feel like he left more to be desired. And the fight this coming weekend with Subriel Matias, I feel like that fight is gonna be fireworks because Subriel Matias never disappoints. He always makes the fighter quit, knocks him out, and I just feel like he's not getting the promotion he deserves. And I feel like Subriel Matias is not being he's not being the center of attention in the media. If you read the articles, Liam Parrow in the Ring magazine, they put his picture and they said there's a lot to like about Subriel Matias, but they say that Parrow is they're putting a lot of focus on the story of Parrow and how he's gonna prepare for Subriel Matias. He said that he's gonna box him and use angles. He said he's gonna use a lot of angles with Subriel Matias in there. He's gonna surprise Subriel Matias. And the article is saying that Parrow is gonna find the weak spots on Subriel Matias. So they're kind of like leaning towards not Subriel Matias, but they're leaning more towards Parrow. And I feel like the mainstream does not want Subriel Matias to win, and the mainstream is focusing more on Parrow winning because they want the Australians to win instead of the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are not treated right. We treated as second, third class citizens, and we've always had to struggle to get recognition because we're controlled by the United States. We're unincorporated territory. But that's I'm not gonna talk about politics. You can check out my album on Spotify, Pandora, all my music, Unite the Tribes by Tony Also. I got a video out and I talk about the illegal invasion of the United States. And I talked about the illegal invasion, the Act 22, Act 60, and the bankers taking over Puerto Rico's resources, the sugar industry with Charles Herbert Allen, how they enslaved Puerto Ricans. But I talk about that in the album, in the song, Unite the Tribes. But yeah, back to Subriel Matias. I feel like they're doing Subriel Matias a disservice, and I feel like he's not getting the promotion that he deserves, and they're focusing too much on Liam Farrell. Eddie Hearns is focusing on Liam Farrell to win, and Subriel Matias basically said in the latest promotion of the Zone that this Liam Farrell's talking too much. He's gonna knock him out, and nobody's gonna take away what he worked so hard for. And they're banking on Subriel Matias to lose the fight by decision because they feel like if he boxes Subriel Matias and the judges are for Liam Farrell, Liam Farrell's gonna win the fight. So they're banking on that. But I feel like Subriel Matias is gonna stop him. But he has to because even in Puerto Rico they could buy the judges. They could buy the judges because at the end of the day, Puerto Rico's a territory, unincorporated territory. They could do whatever they want. The United States with Puerto Rico. So you know that's the thing. So we need to focus on knocking out Farrell. Us Boricuas got to unite and say, you know what? Let's do more content, boxing content. Their focus is on Subriel Matias and give him the promotion he deserves that the mainstream is not giving him. Name of anyway, Matias is the truth. Eric, that's right. That's right. He is the truth, but he's not getting the promotion that he deserves. But I feel like after this fight, they're gonna have to promote him the way he deserves, because I feel like he's gonna shock Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns is undermining Subriel Matias. Is not putting a lot of energy on Subriel Matias. He's putting more energy on fighters like Jack Catterall and Liam Farrell. But I feel like putting the fight on the same date as Tank Davis is a disservice to Subriel Matias, and I feel like that's deliberately being done. And I feel like Subriel Matias is gonna show what he's made of in this fight. I think the first 3 rounds, Liam Farrell's probably gonna be winning them, or it's gonna be hard to score, but it's gonna be more Liam Farrell like actually using his boxing ability, throwing the jab and trying to set up Subriel Matias. But after Subriel Matias feels with his high guard, he feels that he's not gonna hurt him, and he doesn't feel like Liam Farrell's power, then he's gonna go for the kill. But he's gonna do it in a way where it's strategic. He does have defense, but a lot of people don't pay attention to Subriel Matias' defense because they focus so much on his ability to knock people out or stop them, and his combinations of awkward jabs and the way he throws combinations, like he's really relentless with his style. And a lot of people focus more on that than his defense. Yeah, so I feel like the fight with Subriel Matias is gonna be a battle of attrition as well because a war of attrition because Liam Farrell said that if he has to fight him, he will fight him, but he's gonna box him. He's gonna focus on angles and do more different angles, so that way to set him up to lead him into his counters and use his boxing ability. But he said he's also willing to engage with him, and I think that's gonna be a mistake because once he engages with Subriel Matias is built different. He's gonna throw a lot of combinations inside and catch him because Liam Farrell has been down. He's been down a couple of times, but Subriel Matias said that in spite of him being Liam Farrell being knocked down like 3 times or 2 times in his career, that his focus is not to knock him down. His focus is to make him suffer. And I know that he's serious about that. When Subriel Matias said that he was going to make him suffer, he's really focused on it, and you can believe what he's saying. But I feel like they're not giving him the credit he deserves, and I feel like it's messed up because he is a true talent. And now they're saying he's ranked number 2. Before they were saying he was ranked number 3 in the junior welterweight. Why is he ranked number 2 now? Because he's fighting Liam Farrell? I don't know. There's a lot of media focused on Liam Farrell and focusing on him winning or making it seem like they're banking on him winning. So I feel like it's all deliberate, and I feel like Subriel Matias is gonna really shine in front of his people, and it's he said something that kind of got my attention. Subriel Matias said in the zone promotion of the Liam Farrell versus Subriel Matias fight, he said that he hopes that his nerves don't betray him. I guess he's saying that because he's fighting in front of his people, and it could be a little nerve wracking. But he said that he has that he feels a fear that he really wants to feel I guess everybody has a fear. I guess you want to perform against your people. There's a certain fear that could be used in your advantage in a positive way if you embrace it. Because some people try to act like they're not afraid. He's not afraid of Liam Peril. He's just afraid of the not performing the way he wants for his people. Like he just wants to perform really good for his people, and I believe that he truly believes that he's gonna win in spectacular fashion. But he's basically saying that the pressure of impressing his people is gonna make him shine more if he embraces the fear of he doesn't want his nerves to like get the best of him as far as the fight. But I feel like that's just a normal thing, but it just makes me think. It makes me think. Okay, like, what is he really feeling? But if you look in his eyes, you can tell that he's definitely determined, and he's really focused on on winning in spectacular fashion. Because I like the way he called out Liam Paro in the video. He said, Liam Paro, get ready next weekend. Like he was basically calling him out, and then he basically was saying that he was talking a lot of crap and he's gonna knock him out for that. And because now Leon Parros is acting like he's so humble in the lead up to the fight, but if you see a lot of the other interviews, he's actually not humble. He's saying that he's better at winning than Subriel Matias. He's referring to the fact that Subriel Matias got a loss. But another thing that I don't like that the mainstream TV is promoting, they're saying that Subriel Matias had to come off the canvas in the seventh round when he fought Anayan, when he lost to Anayan, which was a close fight, and I think Subriel Matias won. But they're exaggerating. He didn't go down. He's never been down. He got stunned, and yes, he went towards the rope, but he wasn't gonna go down even if the ropes weren't there. So I feel like they're making it seem like he's been down and he had to come off from the canvas. He's never been down. Subriel Matias has never been down in his career. A lot of detractors of Subriel Matias, they throw a lot of jabs and indirects at him, saying that he's been knocked down. He's never been knocked down. He has a strong chin, and I feel like they don't promote like Teofimo Lopez when he looks bad. Nobody ever emphasizes on how he looks bad in his performances against Sando Martin and his performance against Jermaine Ortiz and all these fighters that he really didn't win the fight. The fight could have went to the other guy, and he lost to Cambosis and never avenged his loss. But nobody focuses on that. They focus on the overrated performance of him beating Josh Taylor when Josh Taylor was 32 months inactive. It's not the same fighting a fighter that's inactive and fighting a fighter that's active like Subriel Matias. So it's a lot of illusion, a lot of mind games that the media plays, and a lot of the fans, they totally look at Teofimo Lopez like, oh, he beat Josh Taylor, but what Josh Taylor did he beat? He didn't beat the Josh Taylor of old. He beat the Josh Taylor that was washed up and hasn't fought in 32 months. So I feel like that's what it is. And Subriel Matias is they're only focusing on his flaws because a lot of times when he fights, he looks so good, and even though he gets hit, he doesn't get hit as much as people say because he has a high guard defense. But they focus on the fact that he gets hit, like he's getting hit most of the time, and he's not doing anything defensively in a subtle way because they're focusing too much on how he wins, like how he makes fighters retire and how he throws combinations, but they're not focusing on how he waits for them to like to throw a lot of combinations and he feels them out with his elbows. They don't look at that. They look more at the when he gets hit every once in a while between those defensive postures that he puts. So I feel like that's they're overlooking his defense. Subriel Matias does have underrated defense. I'm not saying he's a Mayweather, but he does have underrated defense. And the way he throws his combinations, he throws it in a short distance. He throws the jab like a swivel jab, and there's a style to him that is not easy to deal with. Even Shakur Stevenson said that Subriel Matias will be the hardest fight out of all the fighters at 140. He even said it. So if Shakur Stevenson is saying that, which he's a defensive wizard, then that's saying a lot about Subriel Matias' style. It's a lot of people are not giving him the credit, but yeah, I feel what's going on with it. Yeah, so what you call it? They're not giving him the credit, but I feel like he's definitely gonna show improve this weekend, and he's gonna show a lot of people that in spite of Liam Power having skills, being very skillful with the boxing ability that he has, he's still gonna negate that by knocking him out, stopping him, and he's gonna prove to everybody that Subriel Matias' style is not one dimensional the way they say it is, the way Chris Algieri says, because Chris Algieri is a Puerto Rican hater. I don't know why. I don't know. A Puerto Rican must have bullied him in school. I don't know what it is, but Chris Algieri, I've called him out on ProBox TV, and they highlighted my comments, and they actually mentioned Tony also because I was watching the show and they liked my points that I was making. And Chris Algieri's glasses got all steamed up because I said real stuff about how he undermines Subriel Matias, and I said I was funny about it, but I was honest about it as well. But yeah, in the Tank Davis fight between Frank Martin, I feel like Tank Davis is gonna win the fight, but I feel like he's not gonna look spectacular. I feel like Frank Martin is gonna show some, he's gonna have his moments. Frank Martin, I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's gonna have his moments, and I feel like Tank Davis is not gonna look as spectacular as Subriel Matias. I really believe that Subriel Matias does have a tougher opponent in Liam Parrow than Frank Martin. I think he has more abilities. I think Frank Martin is a live dog. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like he could stop Tank Davis. I feel like he could probably do something. Like in the beginning of the fight, he's gonna be strong, but I feel like towards the middle, the last rounds, I think Tank Davis is gonna probably drop him. But I think Tank Davis is gonna have a little struggle with him. I think it's gonna be more competitive than people believe. I feel like that fight's gonna be more competitive than people believe. Lo para en 7 rounds. Sobre el Matías. Ángel Castro. Tremendo. Sí, esta camiseta es para nuestra gente, porque Puerto Rico es un territorio no incorporado y Estados Unidos está abusando con el capital financiero, y la gente de afuera, los extranjeros, están beneficiando sus negocios, no pagando impuestos, mientras los Puerto Ricos tienen que salir de Puerto Rico y hay fuga de capital. Y Puerto Rico no está beneficiando porque por las leyes de cabotaje, acto 60, y por eso que eso está sucediendo, que el boricua está saliendo de Puerto Rico y la fuga de capitales de Estados Unidos con el capital financiero, acto 60, los inversionistas están aprovechándose de no pagar impuestos, mientras el boricua se echaba y tiene que irse de la isla. So, tenemos que ser independientes y chequea la música mía, Isla de Borinquen, un merengue que yo escribí para Puerto Rico, y en Spotify, YouTube, Tony Oso, y también Unite the Tribes by Tony Oso. Chequea la canción que estoy hablando del grito de Lares. Right, I had to talk Spanish about what's going on in Puerto Rico, but yeah, check this out. So yeah, the Tank Davis Frank Martin fight, it's the betting is 700 minus on Tank Davis and 450 plus on Frank Martin. So the betting is it's pretty close, but not that close. Most people think that Tank Davis is gonna win. I feel like he's not gonna look as spectacular, but he's gonna win the fight. But I don't think he's gonna look as spectacular as people think. I think Frank Martin's gonna have his moments, but I think Subriel Matias is the one that's gonna shine on June 15th. And I think we should support both cards. But I feel like that if we support Subriel Matias, we're gonna make a statement. We're gonna make a statement for Subriel Matias, because the mainstream is not giving him the light that he deserves. And the way they signed Subriel Matias to Matchroom, they signed him a multiple fight deal. And then with Liam Parrow, they signed him for a long-term deal. So there's something biased and wrong going on there. But I feel like Subriel Matias is gonna prove everybody wrong. And when he's given the opportunity after he beats Parrow, he's gonna shock the world. He's gonna break down the doors that everybody's trying to stop him from breaking through. They set him up since the beginning. Since the beginning, he's been set up. Like, he was not supposed to win and get this far. Like, the machine was never behind him. Now that he has the machine behind him, now he has to make a statement, because he has an opportunity to shock the world and the non-believers, and he could break in to the mainstream by force. Sometimes you got to do it by force, and I think the Subriel Matias is going to do it by force. That's how we got to do it. That's how Puerto Rico got to be independent. Sometimes we got to do it by force. We all got to unite and forget about the political ideologies of PNP, Popular, we gotta be Puerto Ricans first and not political, because at the end of the day, political ideologies is what keeps Puerto Rico enslaved mentally and colonized by the United States. Because Congress created the voting system of the plebiscite in Puerto Rico, and that's how they control us. They keep spinning the wheel, and then they keep blaming Puerto Ricans for the corruption. But Puerto Ricans are the politicians in Puerto Rico are in cahoots with Washington and Congress, and they work together. The United States controls all the politicians in Puerto Rico, and that's why they have a resident commissioner that has no that doesn't have the right to present to they don't have the right to create laws, but they can present laws as a resident commissioner, but they can't create laws. And that's the thing. That's the reason why Puerto Rico all the politicians are controlled by the United States, because they control us with Congress, and then we're unincorporated territory, so they can launder money. And nobody not know anything about it, and politicians can steal money, and the United States politicians can steal money, the president, they all can steal money and launder money, because Puerto Rico's are unincorporated territory. They can't trace it. They can do a lot of illegal stuff. So at the end of the day, check out my album on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube. I'm keeping it real, and who don't like it, they could just pass my page, and if whoever likes it, they could follow my page. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm unadulterated truth. I'm never gonna suppress the truth for nobody that feels uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, I'm all about peace, love, and unity of all races. But as far as Puerto Rico, we need to speak up about what's going on in Puerto Rico, because a lot of people are not. They're afraid to speak up. And even the artists, the mainstream artists like Bad Bunny, they're not even talking about the stuff in the music. They're talking about it outside of the music, but they're not talking about what's going on in Puerto Rico in the music. And I feel like they don't want to lose money. So the people that control the board of directors of music, that control the artists, they're not going to pay them if they speak the truth. So we don't have artists like Teo Calderon who speaks the truth out. Like Teo Calderon is, he's not in the forefront like he used to be. But we need people like that speak the truth to power. And that's the thing that's missing in the music. And I feel like my music, I sing and I rap. I do R&B, dance, Afro beats, salsa. I do dance music. I do house. I do R&B. And you can check out my music on all major platforms. Tony also, and you can subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing, and click like, click subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support. And I want to shout out Vic Season Sports for shouting me out. I got mad love and respect for him. I heard he was from Brooklyn like me, and we could do a little merge, a little collaborate, together as the Brooklyn brothers. So I got respect for everybody that's creating content, and we got to stick together, because we got to spread the message, and each one could reach one. We all could reach our people, and we could do something for the boxers that are trying to get noticed, like Super Matias. Like, he deserves all the recognition that he deserves, but the mainstream is not supporting him. But they don't want Puerto Rico to be self-sufficient. They don't want us to be self-sufficient. So even our athletes, they have influence. They could influence and help Puerto Rico and buy land for themselves, for the island, and they can actually create wealth for for the island, because they have influence. They're boxers. They have influence. Anybody that's in the limelight, there's in the TV in the forefront, they can actually help Puerto Rico become more aware of what's going on in the financial capital of the United States, exploiting our natural resources and not paying taxes. Act 60, and that's the thing that's going on, and we need to bring awareness to it. But I don't want to make it a political stance too much, because you could check out my music for that. But yeah, I feel like our platform brings us together, like as Boricuas. And it don't matter what race you are, as long as we share the truth, and we embrace it, we're gonna appreciate what everybody's doing. And we all content creators should stick together. Oh, gracias, mi hermano. Que bien, mucha suerte. Que Dios te bendiga. Dios te bendiga a ti también. God bless you too. Thanks for the support. Subscribe to my channel. And this is a boxing channel, but it's also a music channel, because I'm an artist. I do music, and I raise awareness. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. And my prediction for the Subriel Matias fight is that he stops Liam Parrow late, probably in the 10th round. But I wouldn't be surprised if he stops him in the 4th or 5th round, because Subriel Matias is training very hard and intense. You can see in his, in the body, the way his abs look, that he's really taking this to another level. And if you see the video, the way he's training, both of them are training really good, actually, the Imparo and Subriel Matias. But Subriel Matias, there's a certain element that he brings. You can tell how serious he is, like how he's training and the way he's doing it. He really wants to make a statement. He says that I'm the best 140-pound division. I'm number one, number two, number three, number four. That there's nobody in the 140 pounds that could beat me. That's what he said, and I truly believe that. But yeah, I feel like Subriel Matias is the one that leaves Puerto Ricans feeling satisfied after every performance. The Xander Zayas fight, I support my brother, but I don't get the same aura out of him. But at the same time, he's definitely a great contender, and I believe he has a chance against Fundora and Erickson Lubin, but I don't think he has a chance with Crawford. Buck Crawford is on another level, and I feel like he needs to wait till Crawford gets out of that division and then fight somebody else. Don't fight Buck Crawford. It's just a different level unless he gets old. But he has to have more variety in the way he throws combinations and set up the jab more and be more unpredictable in the way you fight. Because if you keep fighting the same way, a lot of fighters could figure it out that they have skills. So you got to step your game up a little more. But I do believe that Xander Zayas will go far, but I don't know how far though. But yeah, check out my channel, Tony Also Knows Boxing. Check out my music on all major platforms. Tony Also, Unite the Tribes. Check that out. Check out Isla de Borinquen. Check out all my music. And I got a new album coming out, The Essence of Who I Am. And it's going to be a dope album. I don't want to promote it too much because I'll promote it when I'm getting closer to releasing it. Right now, work is being done on the vocals and the music. But yeah, one love. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's all each one reach one. Create all Boricua content creators and content creators that are not Boricuas. If you want to just spread love and spread the truth and spread unity between content creators and raise awareness about what's going on in the world of boxing, Puerto Rico boxing, or just in general, like we all got to stick together and support each other as content creators, not bring each other down. Because at the end of the day, we all could share as a community and bring some positive vibes to the atmosphere and to everybody in the world, and tell the truth too. So that's a major thing, You gotta be honest, You gotta be very honest, fervent, and truthful and brave. You gotta be bold about it. But yeah, one love. Que Dios los bendiga a todos y vamos a unir las tribus y Puerto Rico libre, y tenemos que ser una nación soberana. Puerto Rico tiene que ser una nación soberana. Subscribe to my channel, YouTube, Tony Also Knows Boxing. Check out my music. One love. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your weekend.